Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly and I'm part of the global 1 for 50 movement. We desire to equip people like you to reach, disciple, and empower the next generation. All children go through traumatic experiences, and many children are feeling the effects of trauma in this COVID-19 pandemic. While children may not talk about what they're feeling, they often express themselves through their behaviors, attitudes, and actions. How can we as parents and caregivers administer God's love and healing to their hurts and pain? One such child is 8-year-old Mary. Mary's father lost his job due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so the family struggles to meet even basic needs. Mary often goes to bed at night very hungry. Mary's parents, they argue, and many of the arguments have become violent. They even hit Mary. Mary's grandmother, who used to care for her, suddenly became ill and died. Mary misses her so much. Mary is often withdrawn now and cries a lot. She's easily angered and lashes out at anyone who bothers her, especially her younger brother. How can we help Mary cope with and recover from her trauma? Here are some practical, simple ways through physical actions and words. For example, we can show Mary unconditional love regardless of her behavior, and we can express that love through appropriate physical affection and words. We can also reassure Mary that when she's with us, she is safe, and we will protect her. It would help Mary if we acknowledge that the trauma had occurred to validate her feelings. We do not need to try and deny it or change the subject. Oftentimes, children and adolescents feel guilty about what happened and what trauma occurred. We simply need to tell them this traumatic event was not their fault. Mary needs us to listen, listen, listen. We need to listen without criticism or judgment. When we listen, it encourages her to talk about her traumatic event. But let's not force her to talk. She may not be able to put in words what she's feeling or thinking. Mary needs us to be gracious and patient with her. Oftentimes, adults do not understand that children have traumatic reactions to things that do not seem very traumatic to us. We need to take Mary's concerns seriously and do our best to control our own emotions. We should answer Mary's questions in words that she can understand and encourage her to ask questions as well. But remember, Mary does not need us to preach to her. Pray with and for Mary, asking for God's help and healing. Remind Mary that God sees the trauma that she experienced. Finally, watch how you discipline Mary's misbehavior. What you thought as being naughty might be a symptom or a response to the trauma that she endured. Children like Mary are on a journey as they deal with the impacts that traumatic experiences have had on their life. Healing will take time, process, and the work of the Holy Spirit. Be patient. Trust the Lord to work out His healing in their life. For children who have experienced deep trauma, they may need to seek professional counseling. For other children, in many other cases, they simply need time, listening, and unconditional love from adults they trust, like you. Thank you for joining me. For more resources to help you reach, disciple, and empower your children, go to www.onefor50today.net.